Welcome, 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 everybody. It's great to have you in here. Hope you're doing fantastic. And I want to start off by giving a great big shout out to Team Camo 816 who just upgraded to the wrenched up package. Thank you so very much. Do appreciate your support. Really great of you. Glad you're enjoying all. We appreciate the enjoy us. It's great to see you all. I see a lot of badges in here already. Folks will be on in just a couple of minutes, but I had to come on and say thank you to Team Camo 816 and to all of you for being here, folks. If you guys can hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends, we really do appreciate it. See you very soon. Hello.
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 And welcome to our Tuesday late night
Tuesday. I
show.
like that. A little bit of pizzazz, a little twist on it. Nice.
Yeah. Tuesday live show with Tuesday
Did
Tek
we
Talk.
reverse roles today and was I not advised or did I not get the memo?
Okay, and now back to Andrew.
How are you? I'm just kidding. No, you're doing such a good job. I like the Tuesday. I can't even say
I
it
still
right.
don't know what I said, but
I can't
okay.
replicate it. The good things cannot be replicated. Isn't that true?
Hello. Well, now,
Hi.
hello. We're going to be talking today about a whole bunch of different amazing and not so amazing things. We're going to talk about affiliate programs, and that might be of interest for you, especially if you, as many of us here on YouTube, are Amazon affiliate. But also some other programs as well. And of course, as always on Tuesday, our favorite day of the week, we're going to answer your questions about YouTube, social media, photo, video editing, and everything else that comes into your mind as a YouTuber. So that's what comes up today.
That's right, folks. We want you guys to keep us busy. There he is to the rescue. Where's Danny Black? Tuesday. There you go. He just wrote it out for us. There you go.
Okay.
Danny got my back.
Okay, well, there you go, Andrew. Back to you, as I am trying to share this live stream out right now.
You are? Well, that's
Yeah.
a good thing, and I hope you guys are helping us as well. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. I also look like crap. I have a splitting headache tonight. But you know what? Nonetheless, we did come on because you know what? This is our favorite day of the week and really want to spend it with you guys. Absolutely love this time where we get to talk. We're learning from you guys as well. Everybody's learning from each other. It is exactly what we've always wanted from our channel. I believe out of all the stuff we do, this one sums it up the best. So it's great to have you in here. A bunch of creators, great idea thinkers, great innovators, all that good stuff, all under one roof. Thank you for choosing our roof. And we're going to get into it in just a few minutes, but we will ask you guys to hit the like button. If you can tweet it out and all that good stuff, we really, really do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. And hail from all different corners of the world, all different kinds of niches, and all kinds of different levels of experience on here as well. And please note, as always, even if you've only been in here for a couple of weeks and you got 40 subscribers, you might have a new perspective on YouTube that brings us all to our feet. So please feel free to share. Please, as always, everybody does it very respectfully. All that good stuff. I know, have no worries about you folks. You've always made us look good. And just try to keep meeting everybody to a very, very dull, don't, there's most days never do that, but there's always one or two that can try to do that.
Our Tuesday evenings is mostly for those of you that are deep interested into the YouTube and YouTube insides and outs.
This is true.
Usually,
that's very well said.
those of you that are really interested in all the details and how to grow is something that you are looking into. But you know what? That doesn't refrain us from celebrating some of the great things that are happening to you guys in the chat. Well, to use YouTubers as human beings, we want to celebrate your milestones here as always and maybe inspire somebody to get to their milestones as well. And we have an amazing person here, an amazing YouTuber. I've changed names a couple of times, but nevertheless, also dear that we can celebrate that first 1K.
That's right, folks. So we're going to help out somebody right now. We're going to crank up that echo just for a minute. Ask you guys to keep getting them in here. Hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends. And we're going to just jaunt on over and help somebody out. And then we're going to get right back into it, folks. Here we go, folks. There we go. Oh, where's my horn? Hello. Where are you? There you are. There we go. There's a hot sound. We've got Disabled and Prepping. Disabled and Prepping is about to hit the big 1K, folks. So let's help out Disabled and Prepping. That's right, with only 15 more to go. Only 15 more to go. Got a new drink fit on YouTube. Makes you drunk. Oh my God, there you go. The new hound is going to be a grandpa. Just found at Easter. Canoe hound. Oh my God, that is awesome. Congratulations. Big round of applause for Canoe Hound Adventures, who is going to be a grandpa. That's awesome. We need more good news in these days. That is awesome. I also say Big Rob, a.k.a. Godfather, scratch in the house. I had to say hi to him right away because otherwise Xavier will say hi to him and she's not going to say something like Big Rob. We need Big Rob for it to work. How are you, buddy? Great to see you. We got the sales and prepping up on the board, folks, who is only 15 away. Only 15 away, folks. There you go, folks. Grab up Disabled and Prepping. I hit 1K on Pusa Studios with 2 channels. That is right, no matter broken line. And we couldn't be more honored. Great to see you. There you go, folks. 11 to go for Disabled and Prepping. Everybody grab her up. If you already have her, double check. You know what to do. I don't need to tell you guys. Not your first day in the bond on this one. You know how it goes. Disabled and Prepping has been with us for a long time. We're working really hard to working to get it better and better and better. And that's the kind of spirit we like, folks. That's the kind of spirit we love to celebrate. So everybody help out Disabled and Prepping. Now with only 10 to go. I'm going to say hello to everybody in the meantime. I'm going to start off by saying hi to our members in the house. We got Witch Girl UK is in the house. Where is Danny Black? Well, Danny Black is right here in Pusa Studios.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, the MC Knows Is Live is here. We have RC Stinger. We got Randy, Paranormal Investigations, RBI. We got Old School Chef. We got Meme Resell. Lottery of Live is here. We got Rory's RV Live here. We got Jenny O'Brien is in the house. We have Exploration Laura Live. We got Computer Chick Productions in the house. That's right. I also want to say hello to Winnipeg Car Life in the house. The Ace Douche family's in the house. Salvatore Vinciguerra. Come on, folks. Only 9 more to go. Punchy Pates is in the house. No One Unbroken Line is in the house. Little Rock family is in the house. Leonard Shea is in the house. John Coopy, the man, is in the house. We have Haunted by Haunted in the house. We have Extra Step CEO in the house. Of course, Disabled and Prepping, who's up on the board right now with only 8 to go. We have Diana Brianna Fairchild in the house. We have Christina Trammell in the house. Fire Wolf Tech, who hit 3K today, is in the house. We have Canoe Hound Adventures, who just found out he is going to be a grandpa. Once again, congratulations, in the house. Bruce Hassel, Lone Wolf in the house. Big Rob, a.k.a. Godfather Scratcher, is in the house. First Time Family is in the house. Welcome to each and every one of you. Missed your name, please just highlight ours and say hi so we can give you a big hello as well. Folks, we're going to get into our chat in just a minute. We just want to help out Disabled and Prepping. Well, there she is. That's right, Pixel Beer. Great to see you. And that's right. Disabled and Prepping is only 7 away from the big 1K. Furious Reactor, how you doing? Welcome. Come on, folks, we only need to get 7 more to help her out. We're all in together. And this is a channel that's been working so hard on the channel, folks. Really grinding onto it, and not grinding in the right way, which you don't get to see much anymore on YouTube. I actually kind of hate that word because it's misused so much. But she was actually truly grinding, Disabled and Prepping in the right way. So grab her up. Help her out, folks. Come on, guys. Only 7 more to go so we get on with our talk tonight. But we definitely like to help out our fellow creators, folks. Grab up Disabled and Prepping.
Disabled and Prepping, only 7 more to go. 7 more to go for Disabled and Prepping. We can do it. You can do it. We can do it together.
6 more to go.
6 more to go. 6
816. 4 more to go, folks. There's Team Camel 816. Once again, thank you so much for upgrading from Wrenched Up to Wrench Up Plus and our members. Thank you so very much for your awesome support. Hope you're having a great night. Truly, truly do appreciate it. You rock, my friend. Thank you so much for believing in us. 2 more to go. Disabled and prepping. Disabled and prepping, folks. Only 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Started off at 985. Now only 2 away from the big 1K. And then horn. And then celebrations. Then yay! Disabled and prepping. Yay! And all that kind of stuff, folks. That's right. We all need that kind of good news here more than ever. Disabled and prepping. With 1 more to go. 1 more to go, folks. The song is almost over. Let's see if we can do it before the song ends. Disabled and prepping. 999, folks. 1 more to go. I know a lot of you have her already. If you have her, go over and double check. You still have her. Grab her up. Disabled and prepping. Only missing 1 more for the big 1K, folks. Yes, tonight is Tek Talk Tuesday, but we always stop if celebrity is 20 or less away from the round 1,000. And believe you me, Disabled and Prepping has worked so hard to do it. We couldn't be prouder of it. And we're honored that we get to share a part of it. And we ain't going anywhere, folks, on to anything else. 1,000! There you go! 1,000 Disabled and Prepping. Congratulations. So well deserved. So well deserved. Very nice. Very nice. You deserve it and so much more. You worked so hard. We couldn't be prouder of you. Great job. Everybody celebrate. Disabled and Prepping. Flood the chat with emojis. Take a moment to celebrate our fellow creator. Well done, Disabled and Prepping. Very, very well done.
Yes, that's right. Congratulations once again, and thank you for sharing this moment with us. You're always here with us. Thank you so much. We're so happy to be able to share it with you.
Listen, Jules, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're just in time. We're celebrating for Disabled and Prepping who just hit the big 1K. The big 1K. Fantastic stuff. Very well done. Very nice to see. Good job.
Congratulations. So happy for you. Yay.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. We're very proud of you.
That is so super awesome. Yes, guys, and you did it. You did it. So a huge thank you to you as well. That is super amazing. Congratulations. Awesome.
And once again, a big thank you to Team Camo 816 for upgrading membership from Wrenched Up to Wrenched Up Plus. Once again, did it during the opening credits. Thank you so very much.
Oh, thank you so much. And
Very awesome.
we need to have some emojis for Canoe Hound Adventures, who is going to be a grandpa.
That's right. That's right.
Grandpa. Where are those baby emojis? We need some baby emojis. Congratulations.
That is so awesome. Found out over Easter. That is absolutely amazing. That is some great news.
When is the baby coming up? Let us know. Let us know. We want to follow up on all of that.
Oh yeah, Xen's going to grill you with all the details. Don't worry. She likes to be on top. And great memory, by the way. She'll be on here and she'll be like, oh, and such is going to have a baby in 2.1 weeks, and then 3.
We have one in June coming up here on Blue Ranch Root Babies. So yeah. I love following up with that, guys. So let's put some emojis for Canoe Hound Adventures. So congratulations.
That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I love that everybody as well congratulating Disabled and Prepping. That is the spirit of true creators. You folks are really awesome. Ninth Element Adventure Life. How are you? Great to see you again. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to see you all, folks. We got a tiny subject to touch on too, and then we're going to jump right into taking you guys' questions. You can paste them in the chat. Just put at Pusa Studios your question. Xenia will copy them over and we'll answer them as soon as we're done that part. Taco Gamer, what's going on? Nice to see another one of our members. Hope you're doing fantastic. Folks, yes, I will mention as well, of course, about memberships. They are growing and we're very proud of them. And you guys have been very understanding that this is very tumultuous times and we're getting to it the best we can, and you guys have been nothing short of supportive, but I promise you there's more stuff coming for members on top of what is already there, and we're looking forward to it more than ever. So Canoe Hound Adventures, we love you. You guys you're absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome.
So happy for you.
And you can check out our memberships right there. You just head on over to our homepage as well. Click the join button. Remember, I'm showing you guys in Canadian prices. Ooh, that's not US prices. Like $4.99. Boom, instantly changes into around $3.30. And wrenched up is like $7 and change. So for the price of a super chat, you get benefits that last the whole month long. Oh, there we go. You can even see how I was about to change our channel art. There you go. So you get badges in front of your name that change color each month. You get custom emojis, and there's more to come. You get access to a private Facebook group. You get access to unlisted streams and so much more, folks. And you also get access to being on the draw for this Saturday night for our next members of the week. That's right, we draw them every Saturday night, and whoever wins, we put them here on our homepage. One from the Wrenched Up crew, one from the Wrenched Up Plus. And this week's winner, folks, of course, Life with Ro is the winner of the Wrenched Up crew. That's right. Congratulations, Life with Ro. Ro. Did I say Ro at first? I said Ro.
Ro.
I did say Ro? Okay, good. There you go. That's even better. And the Wrenched Up Plus winner is WTF Mike. That's right. There he is. There he is in all his glory. There's all these tractors in their glory. So WTF Mike, winner of the Wrenched Up Plus, and Life with Ro, the winner of the Wrenched Up. And we're going to have another draw this Saturday. So make sure to click on that join button so you get in on all the action. Love to have you. Alrighty, folks, with that said, please hit that like button, tweet it out, tell friends. Today we were live. It was kind of crazy. And tonight we're looking for a more enjoyable group in here, which you guys definitely fit the bill and then some. Great talk about YouTube, helping each other, all the stuff. There he is in the house. Wait a minute. Where is he? Where is he? Mr. Boom is in the house. Farm Alt Fanatic is in here. He's creeping up on 13K. He's at 12.7.
Yeah, he's amazing, isn't he? That's crazy. Congratulations on that.
And the views to back it. The views to back it. That's right. Raising a single mom. How are you? Great to see. Hope you're doing fantastic. Another amazing member. Hope you're doing great. Oh my God, Canoe Hound Adventures. You did not need to do that. You did not need to do that. We're celebrating you today. You're the one coming in with the big news.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. Canoe Hound Adventure and Grandpa to be. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
Hope you're doing fantastic and enjoying every moment of that news. That's got to fix anything that's been going on lately. That's got to be an excellent, excellent drive for you. Charlie B, can't stay long, just popped in to say hello. Well, great that you came in to say hello. Hope you're doing fantastic.
And energetic as always,
yes.
And full of enthusiasm. Thank you so much. Yes.
I love that.
Ninth Element Adventure Life is here as well. Jenny, keeping an eye on us as always.
Yeah, that's right. Keep us in check. Her and Ben Bird Person just seem to keep our show running. They're like, these guys are kind of like, meh, so we're just going to kind of let them go into autopilot wherever they go, but we're going to keep the ship rolling. So
that's a great question, Pixel P. I'm going to save it for the question part of tonight. Thank you so much. And guys, yes, if you do have questions, please let us know.
Oh my God, look who walked in the door. It's Borderline Hordish. How are you? Oh my God, it's been a minute since I stopped by. We owe so much to Borderline Hordish. Opened us up to so many new people and people that still come today from a very amazing community. It was really Borderline Hordish that really kind of opened us up to all of them. I always say you guys are ambassadors for your niches. Borderline Hordish is that and then some. Thank you so much for being here. And Beth and family, hey, became our latest member. Welcome.
Oh, Beth and family, you just got wrenched up.
There we go. Let me get you up here on the board. Yes, we have to do it all manually right now. Takes an extra minute, but you know what? No worries whatsoever. As long as we get you up, that's the main thing. There we go. Welcome. And thank you so much for becoming a member. It's an absolute pleasure to have you aboard. Thank you so very much for the support. Yes,
guys, let's put those emojis in the chat for the new member, Ruth and family.
Happy to hang with you. I'll tell you, Borderline Hordish, and life has more than been busy, and you know you're always welcomed here. Anytime you can make it, it's always great to see you. And thank you once again. Like I say, you're a real, true ambassador for your community, and that they're really lucky to have you. It's great to see you. I'm glad to have you here tonight. So there you go, guys. There you go. Also, the upgrade once again by Team Camo to the Wrenched Up Plus. Fantastic channels. All the members flash the new member emoji to welcome our newest one here. This is awesome. My channel looks amazing with that wonderful number. I'm so thankful. But Disabled and Prepping, so happy for you. We do it for a lot of channels, but there's some channels once in a while I just get that a little extra excited. I think we were maybe more excited for you than you are for it, if that's humanly possible. You deserve it and so much more. The work you put into it and the care, and you're always such a pleasure to have in here, and that. Congratulations to you. Very, very well done.
The funniest and funny guy, thank you so much. And yes,
Hey.
just a reminder, Disney Nerd Herders, hello, how are you? How are you doing there?
Yes.
My
yes.
goodness, I watched a video where a pine tree fell almost onto their house. It literally was lucky. 2 pine trees fell in between of the shed and a house. That was lucky. Like, so lucky in the little tiny space in between. I'm so happy you guys are safe, but it was terrifying, I'm sure.
That was unbelievable. Yeah, because then you call me in. You gotta come see this.
Oh my God. I was so happy though to see that you guys are safe, but terrifying. So thank you for coming in today. My goodness, lots of I hope at least lots of wood for that stove in the next next year or so probably. Casper to you all, hello, how are you? Good to see you here as well. Old guy on a bike joining us. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hope you guys are all doing fantastic, and we're just about to get into it, folks. Just about to start chatting. So if you guys can help us out, hitting the like button, tweeting it out, telling friends. Yeah, we're actually holding on. Knock on wood. I'm almost scared to say it.
Then don't. That's what get us.
Well, there's no worry because we got it again. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There you go, folks. There you go.
Why?
What in the fuck, YouTube, do you want us to do at this point? Will you please tell us? We are yellow coined for a Tek Talk Tuesday. Yellow coined for a Tek Talk Tuesday. There you go.
Well, let's just we just show it. Next time we're not going to talk about it, we're just going to show it.
Well, it was going to change anyways. It didn't change on the second.
Oh, David the Tank, hello, how are you? Yeah, I don't know.
I have a Tek Talk question. How the hell do we start getting yellow coins?
They don't want educated YouTubers, you know?
No.
That starts to seem like some kind of...
No. If you trick somebody eating a dog shit sandwich, that will get right to the top. If you talk about YouTube, you're going to get a yellow coin. There you go, folks. Big lesson tonight with YouTube. There you go. Learning at its best. First-hand experience. La vida, Josue. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. So there, folks, if you guys can help us share it out a little bit more, because YouTube has deemed us too unruly for 2/3 of the advertisers out there, we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, too risky.
Or
Who knows
too risky.
what we're going to be talking about?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Sometimes we get over the PG-13 here, I guess. Oh, my. Yes, we'll click that like button.
We
and
celebrated
share that.
somebody becoming a grandfather. We watched a lady get to 1,000. I mean, what did you do? Oh, my God almighty. There you go. Okay, well, there you go. That's already up. So there, the cat's out of the bag. Old Yeller. Yeah, Farmall, exactly. You know how Old Yeller ended at the end? I'm wishing I could get to that part so we could move on. Oh, my God almighty.
Well, since Andrew already busted everything, so let's just get into the subject here. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, then you want to kick it off? All right. So there you go. Yep. There you go. Okay.
Okay. Well, so today, as you've seen on our title here, we talked about Amazon and Walmart, as you can see as well. And I wanted to get you a little bit into the details of that and in general. As you know, the majority of advertisers have been reducing their ad offerings to YouTube and in general, including some reports are saying they predicted around 35% drop into ad revenue this month. And in fact, it's been 38% drop these days for YouTubers. Well, that is not all. Our affiliate links and affiliate programs are being slashed one after another as the time goes by. And this is major today. Lots of you probably have received that email from Amazon. Most of you probably haven't opened it today. Well, if you opened, you might have wondered what is it about, because it doesn't really say that it has reduced anything or it had cut anything. It just gives you the changes into the new terms of service. Well, if you do compare the different price ranges that it offered before and offers now, you will notice that Amazon, starting on the 21st of April, it will be effective, have been slashing their Amazon affiliate percentages that you get for the categories of products that people buy using your affiliate affiliate links. And most of YouTubers out there, their biggest affiliation is Amazon. Some people, their biggest earnings do come from Amazon. So now, if you do see in this quickly put up together tab for you, you're going to see that most of them have been dropping tremendously, and these are just only couples. As you can see, electronics and headphones, any kind of gear, are going to be dropping from 6% affiliation percentage to only 3%, so slashed in half. Furniture, any home appliances, home improvement things are going to be slashed from 8% to 3% as well. Groceries, something that people are buying now all the time. As we all know, we are ordering things online more and more from grocery stores, but also from Amazon as well. Well, that has been as well gone down from 5-6% to only 1%. So if somebody is using your link to buy their grocery supplies, well, you're only going to be getting 1% from that. Jemai Roy Solomon, thank you so much for joining our membership. So you just got wrenched up.
Pleasure to have you aboard, Gamma Roy Solomon. Hope all is well, and thank you so much for joining. I'm just getting you up here right now. As you can see, YouTube is it's like watching the time. It's just faster to go this way. There you go. So Gamma Roy Solomon, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. Big shout out to you. Already you are our second member to join tonight, and as well as one upgrade from Team Camo. Great to have you all aboard. There you go. The good folks here, the members already are flashing the new member emoji. Welcome. Thank you so much for that. Do appreciate it.
Health and personal care is going to be slashed almost to 90% as well. It was 4.5% before. Any kind of skincare, health items and all of that now is going to be also only 1% starting 21st of April. Any baby products is you only going to be getting 3% and now. Before it was 5% and so on. Outdoor tools as well slashed from 5.5 to 3%, so on and so on. So as you can see, your affiliation percentages that you get are going to be reduced tremendously, especially if you're somebody who have relied a lot on these revenue from affiliation links, and that is just Amazon. Now, if you didn't know, Walmart have finished their affiliation with their programs all together. Just this past month, it has released their very quiet email announcing that they have slashed all their affiliation programs altogether. And they are not the only ones. Business Insider has reported that Macy's, Patagonia, Victoria's Secret have taken similar steps. Business Fashion reports brands as Ulta, a very popular beauty brand, Ulta, Dillard's, TJ Maxx, and others have also terminated their affiliation links altogether. And of course, places like Marriott Hotels and other travel and car rental agencies have been terminating their affiliation links as well. So if you do use affiliation links with any mentioned companies or any other ones, we would truly suggest for you to check with them and double check if you still are affiliate, if their program is still working, or maybe they have suspended it or reduced the percentages you get, as Amazon have done today. So that's the news, breaking news, and I think a lot of YouTubers are going to be impacted by that for the months yet to come.
Big ones really benefit from that sometimes. That's a big extra little, that's like their tip for the week on the big side of their tip. That's a lot of money. So.
Yeah, a lottery of life, you're right. He says, my Amazon revenue tripled this month and last. And that's what a Business Insider have reported, that actual affiliations have been going up in months of March. But Nevertheless, they have decided to cut it down because of the ongoing, global crisis that has been, announced just recently as well. So that's why they're doing it. Although, yes, the revenue have been going up altogether in March. This is not going to be the case starting April, unfortunately. Now, overdue. Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat. Witchy Girl UK, thank you so much for that. Super Sticker Super Chat, thank you so much for that. Super Sticker Super Chat, thank you. And in tow together with Exploration Lorelei, thank you so much for that Super Chat, for the help and support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Exploration Lorelei, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. Hey there, Wendell Live. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Got some questions, Xenia, on the last couple here. RC Stinger. More of a...
I see they highlighted the main 4 categories, and that puts non-affiliation to put prices up. Well, most likely that is what is going to happen. There are more categories than that. We included, this is our fastly put diagram here. These are the main ones that we mentioned, but there are other ones that I mentioned just now as well. And if you are an affiliate, you have received your email today, so check in your email that is associated with the account with the new, a breakdown of all the percentages that have been changing. Now, mind you, they don't tell you that they have changed. They just say, this is the changes in the terms of service. They don't tell you that they slashed them. So, just to let you know. By YouTube, but no, that is amazing. Relaxation TV, congratulations. You're doing something right. Now keep on going and don't stop. Relaxation TV, congratulations. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Wendell Live is here.
Yes, Wendell Live is in the house. It's great to see you, bud. Hope you're doing fantastic. Another one of our amazing members. The Wacky Blocks as well. Welcome. Hope you're doing fantastic. Just looking at your channel, I definitely want to watch after. I want to see the two of you in the car together. Looks like a great video.
Big Sophia asked here, if you don't have affiliation anymore, take off all the links. We don't need to give them free advertisements. Well, yes, exactly. So if they have slashed affiliation altogether, really there is no reason for you to use them. And most of those links are not working anymore. So if you try to click on these affiliate links that have been terminated for now, they just don't work. So yeah, just remove them from your videos for now. As for Amazon, it still works. It's just our revenue is going to dramatically drop.
And yes, one cast, one fish. Problem is, once they take it away, they will never give it back. Almost never.
Almost never. No.
I kind of agree with him on that one. I think it's 90% chance what he says, but I mean, we're just guessing now. This is just forecasting.
You see, I think it depends on the brand. For example, Ulta is one of the major beauty brand affiliation programs, okay, together with Sephora. And if they don't bring it back, majority of beauty channels, which is a huge category on YouTube, are using Ulta affiliation links. And that's how they bring the revenue to Ulta itself as well. So I don't think that they completely are going to terminate forever. So things like that might be coming back. It just depends on the brand.
It could also work that the manufacturer gets more involved and finds a way to supplement through them going through to Amazon. And that's another way too, where they might come up with new derivatives for generating revenue. Because yeah, Xenia's right. Some of these brands are heavily based on influencers. So taking away those links is pretty much the way those companies have grown and they're flourishing. So maybe they might come up with some sort of way in that where it's not so much Amazon, but a way of going through Amazon's link with Amazon and finding a way for them to trickle the money back to the end user for doing such.
The problem with Amazon too, and that was also sometimes something that always I wondered, maybe Lottery of Life know the answer to this. You see, lots of YouTubers use these affiliation links. They all have the cachet timing of 30 days. Now, if we all, let's say 5 people do have them, and you click on all 5 of them because you watch those YouTubers and you just randomly check what they have in their suggested items, well, which one are you using in those 30 days? Which one is the one that earns the money out of those 5? If I all click all of them at the same day, because I'm just curious what kind of gear they're using. I don't know. Does anybody has an answer to this? I want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I think there's too many of those. It's just overflow of especially Amazon links. Everybody's using it. If everybody's using it, then who is really earning money from it?
Last of Writer's Creed, how are you? So nice to have you drop by. Thank you so much for that. That is very, very kind of you, and hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. $5 from the last of Writer's Creed. Do appreciate it. Always great to see you.
Thank you.
And Borderline Hoarder said after you did your super chat that you should bottle up that energy and sell it. I was going to tell you.
Yeah, I should give myself that energy in the morning. Listen to that in the morning, maybe.
I'm sure that if something new comes out, I will hear it first.
Thank you so much. Well, we try to give you the latest and the newest. Amazon, this came up literally. The news came out as we were actually doing our live stream earlier today, but we just wanted to make sure that it is the way we understood it before we present it to you guys. Raising a single mom, and I always wonder every time I click on those links, because I do browse around with them. I want to see the gear, I want to see next beauty product or whatever, because lots of times people don't share their Amazon store link. Like, we share our Amazon store, we don't share separate links to separate gear items. But most of the people actually do that. They itemize all of the gear they have, and they share their Amazon links for each. Well, I don't click because necessarily I want to shop with it. I click because I want to see what is it,
Hey there, Aquamate. Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Another one of our members just walked in the door. Ride Share Trickster. Hope you're doing great. Hello to the funniest couple on YouTube. Great to see you. Great to see you. Casper T. All just walked in the house. Great to see you. SMT Mainline, a great young man from the Ottawa region into trains who's doing fantastic. Running trains in the snow can get you, model trains in the snow can get you 91, and I think the other one is 300,000 views.
Amazing, isn't it?
That was so smart. So smart on you.
Yeah.
You got one hell of a good head on your shoulders, young man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Kind of Hot Adventures, they're saying I just earned my first 360 on Monday. First earnings in 3 months. I know, right? And that's when I said, like Mike was saying, the income is going up in March, and they still decided to slash it. The Traveling Pisces, hello, how are you? Tommy Bites TV, how are you doing today? Good to see you.
Coffin Crew in the house, how are you? Great to see you. All kinds of great channels in here. Great to have you all. We're about to get into the questions, folks. If you have questions for us about YouTube, about shooting, editing, all that stuff, thumbnail, whatever it is, just not specific questions like can you edit my tags or look at my tags stuff. Keep them more just the general questions for YouTube. Let us know, highlight our name, ask in here, and we'll definitely get to them. So, Rock Truck Rob is in the house. Hey, Boosters, looking good as always. Well, right back at you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe and all that good stuff. It's just always awesome to see a really nice guy, fellow Canadian. Pleasure to see you. Hope you're doing good.
Thank you so much. And yes, I already have meme resells. Oh, good to see
Hey.
you. The Lippy Time song. Okay, now I wanted to remind you guys about, first of all, if you can click that like button and share it out, that would be amazing, fantastic help for us, as we are, as always, Yellow Coin here. And number two, if you have a question, we would love, Andrew, we'd love to answer some questions. Put them in the chat at Push Studios. I already have some questions from Pixelpia and the MC Nemesis Live. Don't be shy. No question is too silly or too smart. If it's too smart, we'll bring back to the chat and you can answer it for us. So go ahead.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly right. I want to say hello to Patreon Pirate that just came in the house as well. It's great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. I went live today, but it wouldn't post later. What do I do? Push Studios, Tommy Bites TV. Just make sure. Yeah, I don't know why yours didn't come. Oh, because you had to type out the full name. Yeah, just so we'd never miss them. Just make sure they're highlighted. Xenia's asking, putting a list with all the questions together. AliExpress 3, I'm driving and listening, always out on the road. Please be safe out there. And a big salute to you, my friend. You're the ones that keeping the world going right now more than ever. I used to be a truck driver, you know that. I got nothing but pride for you guys. You're doing a fantastic job. Just stay safe. But it must be nice. One thing is for the amount of traffic in some places must be a real relief.
Oh,
Montreal's like a ghost town.
Montreal is empty. Guys, did you see the vlog that Andrew did just last Friday, was it?
Yeah, last Friday.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. You know, at the time of the day where it would be traffic like crazy in Montreal. And Montreal is what, 3 million people?
1.8.
1.8.
Well, like the downtown, like the official
The downtown core, 1.8. Yeah, which is around the population of my country that I come from. This is just a city. And it was empty, guys. Crazy.
Let's see here. The Wacky Blacks. Much love, guys. Keep it up. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying your time, and it's nice to have you in here. Glad you're enjoying yourself. It's great to have you in. Yeah, Montreal was absolutely unbelievable. Here's a shot. It's during construction, but there it is right there. This is like one of the main boulevard. That hotel right in front actually is where John Lennon recorded Give Peace a Chance when he wasn't allowed in the United States. Right ahead of us. But that whole place here, this is the financial district. This was Friday afternoon, where it should be bumper to bumper. I was actually able in an hour to do the whole city. You can get to see all of Montreal in that one because there was no traffic. It was literally kind of creepy being out on the road. Let's see. So sitting here on my laptop, it's burning my leg. Oh, God, Farmal. You need a cooling pad. You need one of those cooling ones with the fans. You know, you put down on top. Those make a big difference. That's not good if it's that hot. That's not good.
Or attach a little fan to the bottom of your computer, as our son have done. So that
yeah, we're gonna get. He's got to get that fixed. That part is on him. We gave him the laptop. He's got to do that part.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to get parts from Amazon and places right now, unfortunately. Well, folks, I think it's time to get into the questions. What do you think, Xenia?
Yeah, there have been a whole bunch of them just now. I'm copying them right now. So thank you so much, guys. The Life of SR, how are you doing? Got your question as well here. Trying not to miss any of those. Thank you.
The 2 and 20. Cooking Green, how are you? Great to see you. The 2 and 20. The 2 and 20. Why are they moving the highway and the rail? Oh, the 720, I think you mean coming into the city. They moved it because they redid the Turcotte interchange. That's probably what why. That's what I think. That's where you mean. No Man Unbroken Live says, "Let it burn." Oh my
Winnipeg Car Life saying, I got asked the other day if Andrew was a doctor.
What? It's the beard.
It's the beard.
That's right. It'll be a scene out of VR and all that. Stats, folks. Stats. I need information. I'm sorry, man, but we couldn't save him.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, I'll have the roast beef. This is CIA. There we go. That's all I know as a doctor. That's all I know. That's it. That's all. So there you go. That's as much. Dr. Drew. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, No Man Unbroken. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
You have to watch a little bit more of Grey's Anatomy or something, to have all the terminology.
I would rather not have the terminology then. How's that for a cliffhanger? Jeez.
Okay.
Yes, with that said, dream sequence, Scooby-Doo dream sequence, this never happened. You've never seen any of this. This never happened.
Damon Warren says, Tek Tuesday time. I'm ready to get my learning. That is awesome.
Michael Kittle, Rare Coins. Haven't heard that about Amazon affiliates. Not liking the sound of that. Yep, and a lot. You're not in short company. That's for sure.
Yeah, we just actually talked about that, so you'll miss the very headline topic of today, but you can always bring it back just about 10 minutes or so, and you're going to hear all the latest on that.
Just want to see here. I'm a former medic on my way. I'll be there in 22 hours. Right, sure. I'll need your help fast on that. God help me if they ever put me in any kind of thing like
Big
that.
Sophia says, Andrew is a doctor, and the first he thinks is that he lost a patient. Yeah, that sounds promising.
You got faith in me? You look more like a villain than a doctor. From something like an old British show and that. Oh, it was Mr. Porter who did the crime.
Yes, that sounds much better.
Don't you love that British TV? They could be the worst fight of their life. They'll be asking them, like, who tried to attack you? And it's always Mr. Blue Pants was the one that came with the knife. It's always that respect with that. I like that. I love British. I'm always been, since I was a kid, hooked on British TV. I have a love affair with it. So, anyways, enough of that. You guys never came to ask questions about if I'm a doctor or if I love British TV. You guys came to ask about YouTube. So we're going to get right into it, folks, and get right back on track if that's humanly possible, because Lord knows we know how to derail and then some. That we specialize in.
And we don't even need Charney for that.
Andy's in the house. Yes, exactly. ATGH Travels. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Alrighty, let's get into the questions, my dear wife, I guess.
Yes, that's right. Well, we do have some questions, and if you still have some more, let us know in the chat with that push studio so I can see it better. Colors in orange, and that alerts me, ding, 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 and there's something for you there as I'm looking through many windows here on my chat. And yes, Michael Kittle, rare coins, that's right. We talked about that as well, about the ad revenue being cut as well. Yeah, and split screen gaming, I do have it. We can discuss a little bit of that as well. Rideshare trickster, if it hurts when you do something, don't do it. Exactly.
That's what we survive on, doing it towards all. Yeah, Andrew. Also, exactly, cooking green.
So now the first question was from Pixelpia Teaching and Learning here, who asked, if you are changing the banner, Andrew, I think this is a question for you. If you're changing the banner for your channel, can you still keep some of the original branding, or should you change it all?
No, I mean, you got to think if you've built up a brand, an identifiable brand, you have to think long and hard before you make changes to it. We went through that a couple of months ago with ours. If you remember the old thumbnails, I don't know if I have anything left with the old ones that's showing on here, but it was all based around the idea of not messing with things. Even though we changed a bit, the color stayed the same, the font stayed the same, the layout changed a bit, but it's not something you want to do very often, because the whole point of doing branding is for people to be able to pick you out of a crowd. And when you start playing around with that, you're starting to mess up with the way people remember you, therefore the way they find you, therefore the way they click on you. In the end, everything we do on YouTube is for one thing and one thing only, is to get people to watch what we do. And that's the same as a store with their branding. It all comes down to one thing: is getting you to buy their product over somebody else's. So I would keep the elements that people, if you are going to change it, once again, like I was saying we did with ours, make sure you keep the same color scheme, try to keep the same fonts, maybe you can update it a little bit. But be very careful throwing the baby out with the bathwater on this one, because it can have really dire consequences. If companies, and I worked with a lot of big ones like Marshall and all them, I mean, like I say, Marshall has a very, very basic logo, very basic. And the logo is white, but it's not white, and I forget the color code now. We couldn't just go and put it white. They wanted it, the Marshall color code, just because that's how people know them, that's how they're identified. Just bring it up. I know some of you don't know there it is right there. And that black and that white has a color code that's associated with us. Us printing anything and not using those color codes could be enough to get the company could lose its title to be able to distribute it at the time, and that is that sensitive. And this is not a very complex logo compared to some of them. Why do they do that? Because they are identified by it. That's how people can pick them out of a crowd, out of a store lineup, the same as your channels out of a lineup of thumbnails. So I really, really, if you're new and you're just getting into it and you're going to big, that's one thing. Or if you have to, but if you make a big change, try to keep incorporating whatever's been working for you so far and just update onto it, and try not to start over all again. If your font was written in script for the last year and a half and it's under a blue background, you decide to make it, 2 different fonts and crazy technical background that nobody recognizes anymore, well, then they're off to square one again. So just something to keep in mind for that. Hey, Zelda Master, how are you?
Pixelpea's follow-up. I was thinking of keeping up my avatar and the thumbnail I have, but just clean up the banner somewhat because it is a bit too busy.
There is something to be said for letting things breathe. And that's all. Balance. Balance is key. Sorry, I'm just jumping back because I had this one up here already. When we designed this one, like at first, what I did was work from the middle out, but get rid of what's on the side in that. If you look at Xenia and I, we cover up pretty much that full part there. Like you look at us, basically, you don't look at us two people, you look at a square that covers where we are. And then you have a rectangle, and that's the Pusa Live, Canadian-based, Europe inspired. And then you have another kind of offset one. Now you see where it says live stream and then interviews, how-tos and all that? Even though there's only one part for that live stream and the other ones come down here, if you look over, you'll notice the live stream is what's different from that is it's a bold font and it has a red rectangle around it. That red rectangle and that white is basically balanced out for these other 5 here because it has a lot more strength. That's what you're always looking for, is weights. and balancing out. And then when you put it all together, it kind of makes like a rectangle. And that's added balance. Even though there's less stuff on the Pusa Live and underneath, it covers more width than it does Xenia and I. But because it's thinner fonts, not as much in some empty space, it was basically balancing it out all the time to have that balance between the two. That's one of the fundamentals as a graphic designer. But it is hard to achieve. It's not easy, but the more you're doing it, the more you get to feel a weight. And you literally can feel almost like a weight from it as you're doing it. So you want to try and have a balance. Now we added on the side here, your daily entertainment live and then replay. Why? Because this is a brighter red, and it was just too much empty space, but that can only be seen on PC. So after adding that, then everything was leaning to one side, that weight problem again. So then we went back over the other side, and that's when I did the icons here. Now, to be truthful, that's my least favorite part of the whole banner. But I had to go that way because it needs strength, because that's sitting on a black background, so you can't use thin fonts. It wouldn't have balanced out as well because of all the red on the left side. So everything is a balancing game. Everything is working on a way to make it kind of work together. Now this works together, but I sometimes feel that it's too jumbled. I look at it by times and I'm like, I don't know. You know, I don't feel confident in all the time, to be perfectly honest. But I couldn't just get rid of the right side or everything in theory, like in the words of balancing. This banner tips over to the left. It's too heavy on one side and nothing on the other. You know, literally you want to think of it like a seesaw. And you're always working on a seesaw mentality. Yes, the golden ratio. Yes, exactly. 40 Entrepreneur Drive. You get it. That's right. That's exactly it. So, you know, that's what I would say. If I do some work on it, can you two take a look at it before I upload? Yeah, definitely send us a picture for sure, Pixelpia. Love to see it.
Well, as a follow-up to that, we obviously have some questions about the banner creation, trying to figure out the precise size it uses on banner. Well, that one we have pinned on Discord in our question category. When you go there, you can it's pinned, and you can copy that and save it for you. Or you can just look it for Google.
Yep.
And also, Lizzie asked, how do you make a good banner?
Everything on your whole channel is always, like I say, like a point of purchase display. You always, like when you go into a store like the pharmacy or something. I want to see if I can find one here. XPOP. I'm just curious. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Because I've been talking about this a lot, but I wish I could find a picture that could actually show you guys something like an example of it. But of course, when you're looking for them, you're not. What a point of purchase display is, you know, when you walk into, say, like the pharmacy, and I bring up Axe body spray, but a lot do it. Budweiser, Pepsi, all the big brands. You know, you walk in the store and they have that display set up with their product, and it stands out from everything, and you know almost when you're 20 feet away from it, oh, that's Axe body spray or whatever, because it uses the same colors, the same fonts. Everything is tying in together. It's one gigantic commercial, basically, for it. Well, that's what you want your channel to do. Everything that you do on your channel is there for one reason, is to get people to click. We changed our banner because it was time to truly, because we went in a metamorphosis. When we first started, we were a cinematic channel, and it reflected such. It was very cinematic, very avant-garde, very followed our catchphrase of Canadian-based, European inspired. Black and white, you know, moody, subtle, all that, bold elements. Then we finally changed it to having us onto it, but we still were kind of had 1 foot in each quarter. This is the first time that we've ever made a banner that truly reflects what we do. That's why I'm happy with this one for that reason. It was long over to do, because all of these elements, everything you look at, is made to do one thing: to get somebody to click on this right now. That's all it is. That's why I always say it's like a point of purchase display. Everything you do, thumbnails, banners, all that stuff. So have it represent what you do. That's why I tell anybody to always start off by your about section. Don't worry about branding. Don't worry about changing until you've done your about section. Even if you haven't done about section, when you're ready to go through your branding again, it's time to go through your description. Because when you do your description, you're going to understand your brand. That, if you ever worked with any companies that come in and bring in branding professionals and all that, marketing and that, first thing they want to do is understand every nook and cranny, history of the channel, of the product, so they can make a good idea, a good judgment call on where the branding should go. And you can't represent your channel fully until you have an amazing description, because then that shows to yourself you understand your channel. Then you're ready to tackle how you represent yourself. You can't represent yourself until you understand yourself. That's the biggest thing to always remember. You need to understand what you do to be able to bring it out. Not to your own horn, but I mean, I do have a background in marketing, and that's something that we've always taken seriously right from the very get-go. That's something very important to us, is branding, because that's how people... We always worked in our favor. That's something we've always done. We've always took a negative, tried to... Nobody could remember Pusa. Nobody knew what the hell a Pusa was. And everywhere we walked in. So we played it up for everything it was worth. We walked in as many places as possible to get people mispronouncing our name, trying to say our name, so we would get front center on another live stream for 3 minutes while they tried to say hi to us. Best advertising ever. You could literally see the subscribers going up while they're doing that. Pique curiosity. Then we played off of that. So understanding your channel is so important, is so key to start developing your branding. You have to understand what you do here.
That's right, and obviously, well, we most likely are going to be planning some kind of more in-depth banner creating with our members as well, as that's something that we can do a little bit more without worrying about the views and yellow coins and all of that. So we can do a little bit more of a step-by-step kind of different options on Photoshop, like Andrew does them, and a Super Pro, or a little bit more like easier, use a template on Canva. We can try both sides of it.
Yep.
We have done that before, probably a year ago or so for now, but it's definitely something that we can and will be doing with our members coming up shortly as well.
Like, just one last thing I was going to say, I forgot to mention. Yeah. These pictures are the first ones I feel that truly represent us as we are in live streams. Yeah. If that's not us, I don't know what is. That's as us can be. You know, and all that is part about understanding your brand. This people can expect to see on our show. You get what I'm saying?
Can't be too serious, right?
No, exactly. And it's us in a nutshell. It's almost like we're playing dress up half the time, pretending we're adults. That's right.
We not?
That's right. Hey, the Trips are in the house. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And Old School Chef is back today again. Good to see you.
Anything goes to Nicole. How are you? Nice to see you. Am I wrong to share my life, Pusa? If you want to share your life, just don't let people get too intimate with it. That's the only thing. Always remember, it's very easy to blur the walls in here, and YouTube, that's a whole show for another day. Just be careful with what you share. Don't let anybody get in too close. That's the only advice I can really give. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of YouTubers start us like that, but as more you go, the more you realize the things you can and cannot do here as well. So just be careful.
Thank you, RC Stinger. And branding is not something to be taken lightly, because it basically becomes your identity on here. That's why it's so important. Brandy Lynn, Montreal. Hey, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Always a pleasure to see you. Our fellow Montrealer in the house.
And yes, there's obviously a ton to branding. Andrew was, ahead for promotions department in one of the biggest music companies here in Canada. So he's all pro and knowledgeable about that.
And Xenia's running it. She also has a degree in psychology. And folks, psychology is branding. Branding is psychology. That's exactly what it's all about. Is understanding, reading, and implementing that to people, understanding your consumer, you're a customer, and that. So, I mean, we've kind of combined our two forces together. Like, if you look here, you know, basically, you can see between our homepage and our chat right now. Once again, you see the same colors flying through everything. Everything is that crimson on black, crimson on black, crimson on black. Everywhere you look, crimson on black. So it's all about continuity and not changing it up and using a font for this and a font for that. And this font would be cool here, and we'll use that color there, but not here. We shamelessly promote through our marketing and development of our thumbnails, our banner, our social media. All are playing around that theme over and over and over, in the hopes that people will click on stuff when they see it, not just even that they don't even know what it's about yet, but they know, oh, there's Pusa Studios. at least they know that right away. We've built an identity on YouTube.
Yeah, how many of you click today not even knowing what it will be about, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just click because you know who is it from.
Yeah, oh, they're on. There you go. And there's a thumbnail, so it's trying to make ourselves separate from the thumbnail so you guys begin to know us. No, we're not Pepsi, we're not Coke, we're not that big. But within our realm of people that we know, whether they like us or don't like us, they can pretty much tell right away when we're on, or it's a thumbnail below. Oh, there's a Pusa Studios one.
That's right. Well, we can see that it is something that you guys are a lot interested in, and like I said, we definitely are going to get a little bit more into depth and details on all of that stuff with our members for sure.
Most definitely.
Sometimes these themes are of interest, but they tend to be boring if we get to details of them, especially the technical ones, so that's something that we probably are going to be saving more for not worrying about the views and yellow coins.
Yeah, definitely.
How many colors is too many? Usually you go with 2, 3. 3 usually is the golden rule, so to say. 3 main colors that you are using, and then you can interchange them. How much of each one are you using for them? Okay, next question here is from the MC Nemesis Live, who asked, should I put hashtags in my titles? Now, this question have been coming up a couple of times, and there are 2 ways of answering that. Especially because knowing of your channel, okay? So the first one is a general answer, and I wouldn't suggest using hashtags that are not specific to your channel. Now, if you have noticed, we do use hashtag live with Pusa on top of the title. Sometimes we use hashtag Blue Range Group when it's something more adherent to everybody that we think everybody would should take a notice that maybe are aware of this hashtag as well, but we don't really use any other ones unless it's a specific event, like it was with YouTube hashtag with me, or if it is a fundraising event and so on. Why? Because every hashtag becomes a live link to all the other videos that have been using that hashtag. And obviously when somebody clicks on it, 1, they go away from your video and from your channel, and 2, you as a smaller channel most likely are not going to be coming on top of the page for that hashtag. So if somebody is looking for that hashtag, they're not going to be finding your video anyway. So at the end, really, you're only doing it as a disadvantage and not advantage. You can include hashtags in your tags, and that's a different story, because there it's not clickable, but you're still associated with it. Now, with you in mind, I know that you like, do risky content, so to say, that maybe brings in people from bigger YouTubers, making a little bit of a kind of dramatic entrance or dramatic content, then it's a different story. Then yes, you probably want to include the hashtag that is associated with that creator that you are doing a diss track about, or you're doing a review about. You want to use that specific hashtag that is specific to that creator, so you attract their viewers to your video. But that is only because of the style of the videos that you are making.
I was just thinking of something. I've always talked a lot about, advertising for somebody else. I thought of it when you were talking. For hashtags, you know what hashtags are like? A lot of times they're like justeat.ca and stuff like that. You're basically throwing yourself into a whole pile of restaurants, and when people go there, are you big enough that you're going to get advertised the most? And most likely the bigger ones are going to take the top bill. Yes, it can bring in some traffic, but does it also take away too much of your traffic? Now, Xenia brought up a great example with your channel. I can see more of the benefit in doing it on yours. But just remember that every time you're doing a hashtag, you open yourself up to a bunch of channels, and most likely the biggest ones at the head of that, like Blue Wrench Group. I mean, we could have started last year and said, everybody, show your love. When you put out your videos, put out hashtag Blue Wrench Group, and oh my God, people are going to watch you. We'd be lying straight to your face. Most likely they would be leading the next video right back to us.
Exactly.
It is.
Click on it now and see who are the ones that are on top.
Yep.
Is it leading to any of your videos?
Yep.
And that's why we don't do that, because we know it is not good for you.
People tried that before. That was a big scale. Oh, add the hashtag. Yeah, so you can get more views for them. It all roads lead back to Rome. So in certain cases, and you are that exception to the rule, it sounds like from what Xenia was saying. But for the most part, yeah, it's basically just, imagine going into a restaurant and you sit down and they give you the menus for 10 other restaurants in town. it's kind of the same thing. It opens a lot of doors for people to walk out and not come back. We've done it before, like you said, for charities, but we were well aware we wanted people to go to them. We did it on the understanding it wasn't for us to benefit, it was for the charity to benefit. So
yeah, if you make a video that you want if you don't care about the views, you don't care if they stay on your channel, you don't care about anything of that, and that's what, you know, in the case of fundraising, you just raise awareness information, then you can do that because you don't care how it's going to affect your channel.
Relaxation TV, everybody has it. Yeah, they have taken it away. We still never got an official answer why. But in the meantime, there is a plugin, an extension for Chrome to do so. We're not recommending it right now at this time, just till we try it out for a bit more, because and I always say this, folks, remember, there is sometimes you might be granting a lot of leeway to that that extension when you bring it in. And we just want to make sure where it comes from, what is doing it.
I don't trust it, and we talked with Computer Check here as well. It's from unknown publisher. There's almost no reviews. Well, now it's like 8 reviews. There was no reviews yesterday.
Yeah.
It's weird where it's coming from. I wouldn't trust it. I don't know. I really just be careful, guys.
Xenia's trying it. I didn't put it on mine for the simple.
I took it off today.
You did take it off today?
I took it off, yeah.
And I haven't put it on mine because this is the main one for streaming. That's how much I don't trust you. So that's why. Believe you me, if we thought we're just saying it, it's not that it's going to be bad, but just I would let other people play the guinea pig on this one and see where it goes, because it might end up all of a sudden Vice News or somebody's going to come out and say plug-in leads to Russian spy chain, blah blah blah, or something of that fact. So it's happened in the past. So
Dirty plays PUBG. Well, exactly, because we haven't been using hashtag Blue Orange Group for every video. Imagine if we would have, then all of those first pages would be us, but we're not using it for that purpose. You know, it's just other people are. Now, Madam Broken is saying, if you like a hashtag, see if you can take it over. Has it been used much or lately? Yes, that's one of the ways of doing it as well. You can do it. The thing is, as a small YouTuber, any of the relevant hashtags to your category are going to be taken already. If you have seen, like, let's say a big ASMR artist, they all put hashtag ASMR there. Well, guess what? They have million subscribers, so they are going to be on top. We're talking here, people, you know, under 100K. Well, that's a bit different story.
Anything goes with Nicole. I really do appreciate you, Pusa. I did walk in blind, but learning more. That we couldn't ask for better than that's the whole hopes of Tek Talk Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bacchus, by the way, how are you? Great to see you.
Dirty Plays PUBG. Also, I wanted to mention, you said I've been doing it wrong. I thought I was supposed to put the hashtags in the description. First of all, you're not supposed to. It's not like you have to put. You don't have to put any hashtags whatsoever. You can put up to 15 in your description, but only 3 of those, top 3, the first 3 ones, are going to be showing up on top of the title, not within the title, on top of the title, like you see live with Pusa right now on top of this one. So that's what happens. If you use more than 15 within your text, then they're going to disregard all of them altogether, and it's going to be against the community guidelines. You'll get a strike or warning and so on.
I just want to say, because some people have brought that up in the past, I just want to make sure we understand, because sometimes people say that, but they mean tags. You mean hashtags, right? Not tags for your channel.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people have used the word, but then they're realizing that they didn't mean it. That's all I just wanted to ask, just because we've answered those before, and that could have been, that's why when she said I'm put in the wrong place. Hashtags are different from actual channel tags.
Yeah, and if we're talking about tags in that matter, lots of people somehow think that they can just itemize all of their tags and put them at the end of the description. That's against the guidelines too. Tags, if we're talking about tags, not hashtags, they have a specific place in your video, so only put them there.
Yeah, sorry, just because that's come up in the past. It's not that's because they're not sure on the term, and it is kind of confusing. I get that. I have my hashtag PixelPia secured, LOL. But you know something? I've seen it happen before, where sometimes people will come in a bigger channel. If say like it starts getting some steam, they'll come over, post 1 or 2 using it, and almost kind of hijack somebody's hashtag for them. That has happened as well.
Oh yeah.
YouTube, there's like, imagine if you're a channel with 400,000 and you start going and you start getting some steam with it. Still look down and say, oh, this is interesting. In my category, all of a sudden they start throwing the PixelPia one into it, which they're allowed to do, and then they start diverting all the traffic going from it because they're the bigger channel. It's almost like a hijacking of it. It has happened. It has happened.
Definitely. So just to make sure every often, who is using it and so on, and yeah, just make sure, just be aware of that. That's all.
Next question.
Next question here. Losing location will override those first three tags above the title. Yes, geotagging your videos is going to be the first and foremost thing that is going to come up for that. That's for sure.
Exploring Stranger Things UK. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's a late night for you.
Next question here is from okay, lots of questions here. Okay, the Tommy Bites TV asked, so I went live today, but it wouldn't post later. What do I do? Well, there are a couple reasons. One might be the glitch, it's just YouTube. Number two, you might have not wanted to be posted live. Now, when you do set up your live stream, you can click out in advanced mode different check marks, and one of them is that you don't want to replay. And if you click you don't want to replay, it's not going to be there. So just make sure that you haven't unclicked by accident something. But I assume it's most likely is a glitch.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too when I heard it tonight. I figured that's the way it was going. There's a lot going right now with YouTube, and it just is what it is. Unfortunately, more glitches than not.
Cooking, I got your question. I have a similar one, and I'm going to add it to that as well. Next question here is Ninth Element. Ninth Element Adventure Life. How many new channels can be added to your channel each day before YouTube purges them?
There's no real answer onto it. Do you mean like the join channel or channels joining you?
Yeah.
It purges on whatever system it's got inside. However, the algorithm sees it. There's never been an official number set or anything like that. So it depends on the day, depends how quickly you've got them, depends if they're watching. There's all kinds of variables that can trip that off. There's never been anything, to the best of my knowledge, anything official said.
No. Usually it goes in general, not today, but it goes against how many are subscribed to you. So it's kind of proportionate, you know. I think it was like 2K, 5K or something.
Oh, in that sense, like that, for how many can join before you're capped? Oh, that.
Yeah, but it's not by daily. It's by proportionate usually.
Yeah, but that's the max you can join in general, not one like 200. Then that goes through. You get locked in YouTube prison, as they like to call it, sometimes up to 24 hours. But that's you joining channels, not channels joining you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next question from Wendell Live Music Videos. Is there any way to repost a video? In essence, post a video you have on your channel a second time to draw attention to it for new subscribers.
If you put it up exactly the way it is, you will get hit with a community strike. YouTube started that. It's under duplication, they call it, and that started about a year and a half ago now. We channel that was, well, we're bigger now, but was way bigger than us at the time, and that was the first channel we ever heard of that happening to. YouTube was doing that to combat. It wants unique content up. It was a lot of trying to fight channels that would come up and just show the same thing for 12 hours at a time and stuff like that and everything, which then went into video. If you're going to show it, you better break it up, do commentary through it, cut scenes through it, clips, all those kind of things. Do not put it up in its full entirety, or yes, you will get, whether it's your content and or somebody else's, even if they give you permission to do it. YouTube does not care about that part. Just I'm saying, because some people say, we had that recently, somebody was doing they would go on their show and do a show and live, and then they would take that live and then upload it on the other guy's channel. So that is very, very important to know. So not that I would, but wow, didn't know the double. Yeah, they're really strict on that one. A lot of people
get hit. It's super easy to ID it automatically. So
wow, No Madam Brooke says my live is still processing since 6:30 Central Time.
Yeah, they have been having glitches, and if you have noticed on Twitter, on YouTube, lots of people have been reporting hang up videos and live streams. If it is a video and it has been going longer than 3 hours for you, they do suggest to delete it and upload it again. As for live streams, you'll just have to wait it through.
Pixel P, my God Almighty! You'd be. I could see your channel really taking off. I could really see it. You coming in one day, and you're gonna be like, "I don't get it. Something happened overnight. I don't know what's going on. I got all these views." That I could so see it for your channel. Don't be crazy. I could definitely see that happening. You have such a great demeanor. It's just getting it into the right hands, and you'll be surprised. Facebook is another great place for what you do, and that you have that soothing voice. I could see it. I could see it out. All my kitties, how are you? Great to see you.
I just wanted to add it about the repost. Now, the new editor on YouTube Studio gives you an option to do two things on your videos. Now, you can edit your videos, the existing ones, and when you edit them, you can either make the changes to existing video, which will leave it where it was, just will have the changes that you have done to them, or you can post it as a new video, which will scrap the old one. So by scrapping the old one, it will get rid of your views and the watch time on that old one as well. If you're somebody who is looking for watch time and monetization, think about if you want to do that or not, because you will lose those hours and views that you accumulated for your older video. But that's a new feature that has been just added literally in the last, I think, month or two, where you can actually, instead of doing it from your computer and all of that, you can do the edits and post it as a new video using YouTube only. Another way how to do that, and we have done that with our feature interviews, is actually change the thumbnails, the description, the tags, the title on your older video, and it will take it off on its own, and that way you won't lose the views, you won't lose the watch time. The crawler will crawl, see the changes, and it might just take off if you adjust it to make the edits in the video, save it as the changes to the older video, and then change all the metadata. It also can work. Yeah, YouTube likes the library. In the recent interview, Susan have said they look at it as a library, so use it as advantage.
Lottery of Life, you have a fantastic night. Thank you so much for being here. You take care of yourself, okay? Have a great night, bud. Take care.
Next question here. Has AdSense revenue dropped this month? My views and watch time are up, but revenue is down by around 30%. SMT Mainline, yes, we talked about that. They predicted around 35% drop. Well, it has been reported around 38% in the last month, so you're not the only one, unfortunately.
Sorry, I got reading Bacchus's. Okay. Yep. That's a very good question.
Answer them?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted. Okay. I know she does very good at keeping them in line, and then I go jumping through them. I pick holes in the thought. But Facebook, yes. If a lot of your fans are coming from there, but don't make little shorts, but upload them on Facebook itself with a link. Always put in the at the end of it, like see link to full video, blah blah blah, or whatever you want to call it, in the first comment. Don't link it directly to it because YouTube puts it at the bottom of the priority list. Never share YouTube videos on Facebook, bottom of the priority list. If you get usually say 100 views on a photo, when you upload it on there, when you post it on there, you'd be lucky to get 5 on a YouTube video. Same as if you don't want to put up a short video, put up what we do, is a thumbnail or an image, and then link in the first comment, and then they go down and click onto it and go over.
Something that you want to consider maybe is getting into IGTV. In fact, a little piece of news for you guys. Today, YouTube has changed its IGTV interface, and it's now going to look more like YouTube. It will have a discovery option, it will have explore option, and you will be able to natively take videos that are longer than they used to be hands-free. So it's basically are trying to make it as a separate long-form video platform starting today. Check it out. Check out your IGTV right now. Update your app, and you're going to see the changes that just came in today. So that's something to think about.
That's a good piece of news, folks. Lisa Critters, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome. Folks, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. It really, really does help out a lot. Yes, we're yellow coin today. What else new? Second time in a row. The first one we did this morning, our Pusa push, was yellow. It was still private. It was literally made 5 minutes. It was already yellow. Still privatized, and made the new one, and then we got maybe 10 minutes out of it.
Yeah.
And then it was yellow, and tonight we went on, and within 20 minutes, or I guess we were lucky, we got an extension. This one's yellow too. So if you can let everybody know, that would be absolutely awesome.
Next question here is from Rideshare Trickster. Is there a way to find the best tags to use to drive traffic? And that goes together with Cooking Green Ambassador Sal, who asked, do tags actually work, and can you view the tags associated with the video? Yes, tags do work if they are properly researched, and tags. You can see other people's tags by using TubeBuddy or vidIQ extension. That's something, if you do have that extension, you go on another person's channel, you actually can see them there. How to research them the best? Well, there's a long answer that I'm not going to get into, and the short one is that you have to use a combination of different tools. I'll mention TubeBuddy or vidIQ, Morning Fame, Google Trends, YouTube YouTube search bar. I would start with the YouTube search bar first, where you can see what people are actually looking for. And you can actually use Brian J. Johnson method, where you can put the first keyword and then start putting the letters of alphabet, A, B, C, and see what comes up. And then out of those that speak to you, you then save the ones that speak to you and research them in Google Trends. See which ones are trending now, not like high trending, but which of them are most searched for. And then go to your Morning Fame or TubeBuddy and search which ones are actually be working for your channel specifically. So it is a multi-step process, but if you do videos that are around the same theme, around the same niche, then the whole bunch of them are going to be always the same, and it's going to be like changing only a little bit from the specific changes in your video. So do the research. It takes a longer time first time, but then after that it gets easier.
Old guy on a bike, you have a fantastic night. Yeah, it's midnight in Newfoundland, understand completely, but always a pleasure to have you in. You take care of yourself. Have a great night.
Split Screen Gaming League, what would be the reason for YouTube activating the view in progress feature? Now, if I understand right, and view in progress is what you're talking about, those hang up videos, I'm not sure they have activated it. It's just the thing that is going on now lately. It is coincided with their release of their speed or quality of YouTube videos and live streams. Like, they have defaulted to SD now. So therefore, also the whole traffic of internet and their servers being used is slowed down, and the videos and as well as live streams are hang up.
Oh my God, I gotta address this here. Hang on one second. I'll just go through so I don't miss anybody. Sorry, I was busy with Sis. Did you say not to put the link in the Facebook post itself? I usually share my thumbnail and have a link. Yeah, put the link in, say like see first comment or something like that. And then once it's up, then put the link in the first comment. It's kind of a way to get around the system. And Jim Apple says, hello everyone, I'm being serious now. I got word about an hour ago that my niece that is in the Navy on the hospital ship in LA came down with the coronavirus. She is isolated but in fair condition. Well, sending positive thoughts to you, bud, and not sorry about your niece, but hoping everything works out well. Sorry to hear that. Paul Peck Drywall is in the house. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. It's great to see all of you in here, folks. Hope you're all doing well. And Jim, once again, sorry to hear that, but hoping that everything works out quite well.
Yeah, if she's in the Navy, lots of young people are recovering as well. So I'm sure she's in good health if she's in the Navy. So hopefully everything goes well. Next question here was from Mutton Reviews, who asked, I go live on my cell from YouTube app. Is there an app that I can use to go live on my cell that allows me to use my green screen? As far as we know, StreamYard has activated their green screen feature.
Yes.
StreamYard, so you can check that out. You can download it and check it out.
Zoom as well.
On mobile?
I think on mobile, I shouldn't say it definitely, but I think you can do it with Zoom as well. They have green screen.
Okay.
I think. I don't quote me onto it, but definitely you can check out those programs there. So.
Well, maybe there is somebody who has been using it and can let us know in the chat, because we don't really use green screen nor from mobile or laptop. So if you have been using green screen on the third-party app on mobile, let us know in the chat.
Please, one note to everybody about green screen. Just make sure you're well set up. Make sure your sheet has no creases into it. I'm not saying anybody here is doing it. Just in general, I'm seeing a lot of people that use green screen that should not be using it. They're talking and their microphones half disappearing and half their heads going into it and all that stuff. it's interesting thing to play with. Just make sure you do it right, and it can really look great, nice and crisp, good lighting, and a nice, well straightened out. It's not just putting the green one behind. And sorry, I jumped on your because I'm not picking on you for asking. It was just something I've been wanting to bring up for the last couple of days and keep forgetting. So, Mangled Nerdy, how are you? Welcome back. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. And CSI Decon is in the house. Hello, Smoocher Faces, from your oldest, bestest mod here. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing fantastic. Always great to see you.
That is awesome.
They go for pages on Facebook as well. No links and posts. Well, if they're within if they're in Facebook, I mean, if it's a Facebook post, that's one thing. We're talking about if anything from YouTube and that, because YouTube has Facebook has a priority list. For instance, profile pictures are at the top. That means they get seen by the most people, and then it works its way down. And video from YouTube is basically at the bottom end of priority. So it's stuff like from Facebook and that's why you want to do it. So
it depends where you post it as well. For example, we on our Facebook page, we did it before, and then now we're just posting the link and the picture, like link within the post, because for now it's not about growing that page. It's more for notifying you guys who are following us on Facebook instead of Twitter maybe that we are live. Okay, so for that reason it works. You know it doesn't matter where we put it. It's not for growing of our page. We don't care about it. If you would care about the growth of your page, then you wouldn't be doing it at all. Now, if you are posting the link of your YouTube video or live in the groups, like Facebook groups for YouTube, then it depends. I wouldn't put it in a comment because nobody looks at it. You know, it depends on the place where you're posting. Everything what Andrew just said 100% applies if you want to grow your page or if it's a personal page. Then definitely you want to separate it as much as possible and not even mention the word YouTube in the description whatsoever.
Well, that's why I did that for Bacchus, because like you said, the majority of his traffic is coming from Facebook. First off, big hats off to you for realizing that. It's so important to know where your traffic's coming. And yeah, definitely I would be doing it there because you want to attract more traffic. It was working from there.
Yeah.
So you want all your favorite to grow your channel. Because you're growing your channel, you're also bringing more people over to your platform. So
how do you do cool moving thumbnails? Not sure what you're asking about.
Oh, I know what you mean, like the previews and stuff like that. When you go on like a homepage, I'm assuming that's the only thing I can think of that's moving in thumbnails.
Well, I also wondered if that's our grid here that you're talking about.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
Moving where?
There you go. I thought that was an easy one. The wife complicated on me, but she does have a point on that. So, just ask. Just going a little further, and I'll answer you for sure.
My page is just for my YouTube channel. Yes, but do you want other people outside of your already followers see it or not? If you only want the people who already follow you, then it doesn't matter. If you want to attract other people that are also might be interested, then it does matter.
Amy Ventures, how are you? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Of all your thousands of viewers, I bet you I'm the only one here that's biohazard certified. That's
well,
a good point.
Quicksilver might be. Quicksilver. He's a paramedic. Who knows?
The Trips, you have a fantastic night. Take care of yourself. Be well. Always a pleasure to have you. The Trips. They are a trip, as I always like to say. Amazing people.
Well, do you want to answer their question before they go?
Okay. Yep. Sure. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's do that. The Trips.
How did you pick the color scheme for your channel? Did you play around with other color combinations before settling on red, black, and white?
I don't want to sound all pompous ass. I mean, from working from it with like doing it for a long time, you start to get a bit of a sense. But I do get stumped sometimes on what works. It basically came back from first it was black and white for everything, and then started using a bit of red, and the Pusa just kind of evolved into the kind of the crimson color. It was just over time and trying different combinations, seeing what works. Mostly a lot of times it comes from doing like one-off posts and stuff like that. You start to notice, oh well, this color kind of complements that one well. You know, I don't like bright reds because bright reds bleed off too much. They tend to look very jagged, very rough. You know, it's a lot, even if they're crisp, even if they're vectors. And it just seems to complement well with black. Also because of the connection between Canada and of course Latvia, which is even more into the crimson side. You know, over time, you start to almost look at like a point system and saying, well, if I use these colors, it checks off these boxes, and it also is working well together. There's also sites where you can go. I believe even Canva has it as well as an option where you can do color grouping.
Yeah.
You can pick your color that you're working with, go there and see what other colors, like when in different contexts, work in favor with it, in contrasting and complementing, etc., etc.
Now Casper is talking about my Canva posts. Okay, well, in one of members only live streams that I did in one of the weekends, I actually showed how I do those animated thumbnails, animated posts on community page and so on that we do. So if you do become as a member, you get access not only to current but all the past live streams as well that have been for members, so you can check it out. But I can tell you that I use Canva. It's super easy there to make them movable. You can also use Giphy, Giphy.com, where you can upload the video or you can upload pictures and then create a GIF from that, and that's basically what it is at the end. It is a GIF, that's why it's a moving thing.
It's amazing because I studied multimedia integration in 2000 and we were doing GIFs back then, and then video started adding links. It was actually QuickTime Movie. We said, that's it. Nobody will ever make a GIF again. GIFs are done. Then internet speeds got faster, and we said that's the end of them. We don't even need to learn about them anymore. Don't even need to talk about it. And we didn't for a long time. GIFs were like the most taboo thing you could do on a web page. If you want to look hokey, add a GIF to it. And now here we are today in 2020, and they're kind of like the new way of doing things again. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I enjoy making them so much. I could make them all day probably.
The thing is now
so
though, there's
fun.
a big plus is you can do them. And back then we had PNG, but they were just too heavy. Light internet connections could never load them. But now with PNG's transparency has become so acclaimed, you can have high-end graphics and have the effect of a GIF, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Joni's Journey, how are you? We're still talking about your live stream the other day. We even talked with my parents about it and that as well. Hats off to you and the ladies went up with you and that, and all you guys are doing for everybody and that. And it was so interesting to hear a first-hand account of what's going on in the hostels and that. You did a fantastic job. So from Montreal, a big shout out of love to you. Joni's Journey, a fantastic live stream. Yes.
Thinking about you guys. Yes, you can move movable thumbnails. Some of the features are only for Pro, and some are for a free subscription. So I'm not sure which one is for which, but you can definitely do that. It's super easy. You can make anything into movable, and now they have added the feature just recently as animation for anything as well. So you can not only make it in different slides, but also animation of separate items. But like I said, if it is only the pro feature that you require there to do it, meaning you have to pay for it, you can always do the easier part of it on Giphy. Just upload a couple of pictures, basically pre-make their pictures, upload them all together on Giphy.com. It's free, and then it spills out you a GIF that you can use. That's super emotional, Johnny. Super emotional. Okay, next question here. Let's jump into the question. Next question was, two questions disabled and prepping, and Diana Brand Fairchild. Have you heard anything about the ability to click on a channel in stream? And will we ever get the easy way to connect each other back?
Haven't got an official. We were talking about that earlier on tonight, and we even did a little thing on it a couple of nights ago. We never got an official answer from YouTube. YouTube did talk about this 5 months ago. We had brought it up. They are looking onto. Oh, Rock Truck Rob, you have a fantastic night. Be well and take care of yourself. And Daisy's Place, welcome. Short answer is they talked about it. It's a way of trying to curb sub for sub. Yes, there has been a fix put out. It's a Chrome extension you download from a third party. Xenia uninstalled it from her computer today. It does kind of work. The problem is we don't know who it came from, how much of access it's gaining to all that you do by being in there, which could be a real violation of your privacies on here. That's why we didn't recommend it, and we won't until we know more about it. Some have just gone kind of, and I think a little bit irresponsibly, and just shutting it out on their live stream saying, oh, go use it as They don't know yet what it's going to do. They don't know what's going to happen. And that's how a lot of hackers, a lot of times you talk about different, around the country, whether it's Asia, Eastern Bloc, Europe, all those places like that have been hacking and stuff. Well, a lot of them start off with an extension like that as a great way to gain access. So we do not recommend it at this point. I think it's fair to say from both of us.
No, because we don't know. We don't want to endorse something we're not sure about, especially if it's something that can interfere with your security of the channel. And that has been known to happen lately, especially. So use it on your own, so to say, risk, but we are not going to endorse it.
Remember, folks, this year is, I know it's a crazy year, but it's still election year for everybody in the States and that. Things like this that pop up make me even more hesitant. Not that we're affected by it, we're in Canada. Nonetheless, it doesn't mean they still don't mind tapping into all of what we do as well. So anything like that, I'm just way more cautious, and we should be more cautious onto it. We just want to grab things because it makes it easy. We click, yeah, it does this. I don't care. I just want it. It could have some pretty bad consequences later on down the road. It is a lot of accessibility. You're giving anything that's especially hooked to your browser, so... I miss so much, Pusa. Sorry, Essential. Love being here when I can. Max Air 420. It's great to see you. No worries. You're always welcome. And there is JDS. How are you doing, JDS? Good to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you guys in here. Actually, great conversations tonight. And if you missed it, you can go back. We'll put in the timestamp after. You can go back and get caught up with the questions I'll start, as well as when we talk about Amazon affiliations. So,
definitely. It's around like 25 minutes or so into the live stream, so if that's what you came for. But lots of amazing questions. We have a question from Lizzie Jules who asks, is it good to use clickbait titles?
Clickbait is fantastic as long as it's true. I always use that analogy. It's like good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. There's a real stigma now, like, oh, don't clickbait. Yes, clickbait. Click the bait the hell out of stuff. In your titles, in your descriptions. Think of great movies, think of great video games. They're not like, you'll have a lot of fun on this. They don't. Bye. Oh my God, save the earth from this and that. That's good clickbait. You want to get, I always bring up the example, if you're out in a lake and you almost tipped a canoe, well, show that into it. Sell it for all it's worth. Almost went under. Grab the canoe and get somebody to splash around when you get the shot of it. Go up and close. Get in there. Don't show the Adirondack Mountains and a big lake with a tiny minuscule canoe that you can't see and a moose drinking water that's barely visible. Get in where the action is and sell it. That is so important. YouTube is not a game for wallflowers. Remember, every time your video comes out, there's hundreds in the same one right there beside it. You need to stand out. And it's not just with branding like we talked about a while ago, but also with clickbait. It's like good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. As long as you're not lying. If you show a girl laying on the hood in a bikini and it's you standing there in your backyard scratching your ass mowing the lawn, that's bad. That will get you a lot of hate or could even get you taken down. But if something did happen, sell it for all it's worth. Well, look, Casey Neistat and them. Look at, Jesus, that guy sells it by going to the grocery store and that. He can never just say, what would we say as us? Going to the store to get milk for the kids. They need it for cereal. Wow. Oh my God, that's so exciting. Casey Neistat, 85 shots later, holding the ball of milk like it's almost about to spill. That's what they do. That's the whole point of it, is to sell it that people want to click onto it. Everything. We talked about marketing tonight a lot and had a great talk about it. Everything on your page, just like ours, is here to do one thing, to get people to click on those videos. That's what it's all about. Every bit of it. From the about section, to the banner, to the thumbnail, to the title, to the description, to the tags, everything. Every single thing on here is geared with one thing in mind, to get somebody to click on this. That's it. That's all. When it's said and done, that's the goal. That's what it's all about. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't overthink it. Instead, think about how to get people on it. And there's nothing wrong with clickbait. It's just got a bad turn to it. Why? Because so many lied about it. And it became like, oh, that's clickbait. Don't go there. Well, then what are you going to show? A brown paper bag in a store wrapped in with a new pair of Nike? Could you imagine? Oh, we don't want to show the logo. We don't want to be pushing it too much. No, they put it to the whole size of the box. And the same thing with your channel. Are you just going to have a brown paper wrapper type of logo thumbnail? No, you sell it for all it's worth. Thumbnails are so important and get left behind so much. And then people have great videos and they're wondering why they're not getting title, description, thumbnail, all need to be selling it like there's no more. There's nowhere else you can promote yourself shamelessly on YouTube except for your thumbnails, description, and title. That's all you got to work with. So you might as well maximize it for all it's worth.
That's right. You have to exaggerate. Exaggeration is not lying. Lying is when you completely make up stuff that is not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it's a lie, you're going to pay for it. Either A, they're not coming back and you're getting a ton of dislikes and you lost people because you lied, and rightfully so. If you lied, you deserve it. But Max Air 420, totally agree. In the feed, you so stand off. You have to. Thank you so much. And yes, you do. You really do. It is so important. Jim Apple, you take care of yourself. You be well, and everything's going to be just fine, my friend. I know it. She's good hands. She's young, healthy, and all that. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Now, the next question was from Ben Bird Person about is there a way to see collective cloud score? There used to be websites that have been doing that before a long time ago. And now one of the ways, something that we have been using a little bit, it is attached to TubeBuddy. If you are paying for your TubeBuddy subscription, you get some discount for this as well. If not, you can sign up for free for one account. And I would suggest if you make your account, do sign up only with YouTube if that's what you're looking for, because it only lets you do one. Is Social Blue Book. It used to be free for all accounts that you wanted to add. Now I think it's only free for one. So you kind of have to go around with that and only sign up with the one that you want to know your cloud score. And if you want to know your overall cloud, then you have to pay for it, and then you'll be able to see it. It gives you the idea of how much you might be wanting to charge for sponsorships, for example, or for brand deals. It kind of gives you an idea of what your channel is worth it. And that is one of the best estimates. Now, some people...
It's like Ben's joining now. Ben, if you're going for it, if you can check it out, we do have a link down in our description. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it does help us out. So just throwing that out there, if you are, you can check that out in our description. And it's a great tool. You're not going to be disappointed with it.
So check it out. And some people say that Social Blade is something that you can look for. No, Social Blade is not a tool. Social Blade is really approximate. It doesn't give you the amount of money that it shows there for people. Is not really accurate whatsoever, and even bigger YouTubers have said that. So that wouldn't be reliable. Social Blue Book,
I call Social Blade putting lipstick on a pig. It's great for that when it was for, and everything else is just kind of fodder that really doesn't mean anything. No disrespect to them. They do what they do well. They try to make themselves stand out a bit, and really, honestly, it's just fodder. It says no real value to it.
It was much more value when we did have exact numbers for everybody. Now it's only for
But that's all it did. That's what I mean. When it did it well. It's not their fault. They got cut back. But even back then, they had that kind of stuff. And the numbers are so relative. Every YouTuber has said that the bigger ones, the money is like not anywhere near. They don't know. They don't know what your ad rate is, your CPM. All those things into it, they're just basing it based on the general numbers, and there's so much that's governed by the CPN. And Joni's Journey is at work actually watching us, and that's
oh wow, my God!
I'm telling you, you left such an impression on us, Joni. Like I say, we were talking to everybody. Like even we talked to my parents on Easter. We talked about you for about 20 minutes.
My mom was a nurse. In fact, it would be her birthday tomorrow, and when I watched your live stream, I was so thankful. She's not with us anymore. You really made me emotional when I was watching it. So, but thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, next question here from Ravi Quinn Forever. It's kind of two-parter question, Andrew. I think this is one for you. Okay. A little bit dose of motivation there for everybody. Ravi Quinn says, I feel like giving up. A majority of my supporters came from you guys, which I appreciate. I share my videos like crazy on sites, but nobody is coming from them. Maybe check out channels more to extend my reach. Also, should I get a website to share with people rather than sharing individual videos? Sharing individual videos isn't working.
Can you read that last part? Because there was a lot of information. I was trying to keep it in my head.
Should I get a website to share with people rather than sharing individual videos? Sharing individual videos isn't working. Revi is depressed and is about to give up.
Well, I mean, okay. This is gonna be a hard one, and I pretty much shoot from the hip. We thought about giving up many times, and I get where you're coming from. And as bad as this sounds, I know a lot say, oh, just follow your heart. Do it if it makes you happy. Everything else will come and all that stuff. I've never said that, and I'm not going to sit here and insult your intelligence or mine with that. If you're too fed up with something, sometimes it's good to walk away for a little bit. Sometimes, honestly, it is better for somebody to give up onto it. And I'm not trying to discourage about it. That's something we have to find in ourselves, and nobody can answer that for the other. I've watched too many channels become horrible people on here, either become trolls, start using the pity thing for everything. I've watched them manipulate people and all those things. Why? Because they went too long with things eating at them too long. So first off, I don't know your exact scenario. I'm answering this more as a general to everybody out there. The same answer I give to anyone and have given to anyone. First off, consider taking a bit of a break from it, and secondly, consider sometimes walking away, because it's not for everybody, and that is understandable. There's lots of channels you'll see as viewers that were channels, and you can tell like they haven't done a video in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It happens. This is not to bring down the morale. This is the truth of the matter. It is a lot of work to be on here. It is a very frustrating place to be on here, and it just gets more frustrating by the day as not only more channels come into play every day, but more. Honestly, it's a sewer for a lot of places. There's a lot of things floating around here, and those weeds smother a lot of the channels that have a potential of getting somewhere on here. This is all as straight talk as I can possibly be with you. That said, for instance, like, we're sending over people, like, people are seeing stuff like that. I've always said with one thing with networking channels, and that's what drives me crazy. I see so many lies out there. Oh, give me $20 and I'm going to get you 20 subscribers. We're all going to be low. They're going to watch you forever. No, they're not. You can't promise that. That's an outright lie. Absolute bullshit. And I've never done it, and I don't plan to start doing it. Xavier and I could have did that a long time ago and made some decent money off it, and we'd also be done today. And hated by a lot, and rightfully so. Still hated by some, but at least we didn't do that kind of stuff. We can put eyes on you, but it's your job to keep them. And what people are really missing now more than ever, and YouTube has stated how important this is. There is a world of doctors on YouTube, and they're crying for specialists. It is the time of niche within a niche. And I've brought up a channel many times. I probably sound like a broken record, but I've brought up one was a great example was Farm All Fanatic. There's many tractor channels. There's many antique channels, farming equipment channels. Farmall specializes in one brand and one brand only. Now, Farmall's channel, and he's given me permission to talk about all this stuff, because I kind of use him a bit as a case study. He'd go on live once a week and go back and forth. His channel was holding on a thread of losing its perspective. What did Farmall change to make his channel start shooting up? He got perspective back to his channel and focused onto one thing. One solitary thing. When you go into gaming, you're in the most diluted niche in all of YouTube, bar none, is gaming, because there's so many want to be gaming channels. There is high rewards into it, but also it is the most saturated, and it's finding your way to stand out from the crowd, to be something that's answered that nobody else is answering, and that is what's so important. You have to find an identity. You have to answer a question that's not being answered by YouTube. So many have made the problem of saying, well, this channel was doing great doing this, so I'm going to do that. Oh, they're getting good success with it, I'm going to do it that way. You have to look at it as that channel, those channels have already answered that question. But there's always going to be new questions out there. And with gaming, for instance, maybe it's focusing like RayKit does on one certain game that's helped him grow like crazy. He's become an authority on the game Scum. He is at the point now, he's almost at 30,000 subscribers, where Scum is working with him. They're actually advising him on new things they're adding to the game and stuff like that. They let him test them. They let him introduce it to their audience and stuff like that. He has carved out a niche. He's answered that question that nobody else was answering, doing it well enough that YouTube knows when anybody's looking up that game Scum, we got a guy for you. He's called RayKit. We're going to send people there because they will get that question answered. Every channel, it doesn't matter what niche you're into, You have to be a niche within a niche, because you could take the most weird stuff that you didn't think existed, and there's not one channel onto it, but there's thousands of channels, sometimes hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of channels on that one niche. You can't get too specific. You get too specific, like I don't know, I could talk about the creek by my parents' house. Well, that's great. Me and 9 other people in the world know it by name. I will definitely get everybody looking for it, but I'll get all 9 of them that are looking for it. But if I try to be too broad, well, I'm not getting anybody, because the big guys will eat up anybody who has a chance of finding mine. That's why it's so important to niche out. A great example of it was a playlist I did a long time ago about, I have a playlist with all of our milestones from 1,500 to 10,000. Nobody looks for milestones. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Simple as that. But they care about growing their channel. So we went and answered a question on, the number one question about channel growth was, how do I grow my YouTube channel? I forget the exact wording now. How do I grow my YouTube channel? Something. Anyways, I worked that into the title and in the description and the second most asked question. So when they typed in that exact question, which was quite popular, that helped that playlist start ranking. Because we had an advantage over the big guys was, even though it was a very popular niche in channel growth, we were answering a direct question that they were answering, when the big guys would just put channel growth, YouTube 2020, whatever the case. They can do that because of their size. We can't. I cannot stress, and this is the second year that YouTube has been stating this, and this is from them. They want specialists. There's all kinds of doctors. They need specialists. So now's the time to find out within the game center, if that's what you choose to be in or whatever one you're into, how do you stand out from the crowd? What makes you different from every other channel? What do you focus on? Years ago, everybody did everything. Well, I'll play a bit of music, and I'll do a bit of this, and I'll do a bit of that, and everything else, and that will get me all kinds of views because I'll touch on all these different niches. YouTube doesn't want that anymore. They want people to get concise, proper answers, reliable answers they know from channels that will give them. So become that to YouTube. And that's honestly about the best advice I can give you onto it. I don't want you to go, neither do I want anybody to go. But sometimes too, it's just too much for people in here. It's too much of a draw on a person's system, and it turns people into some really bad people. Some really decent people I've seen on here turn really nasty, and that bothers me a lot. Some people were just nasty from the get-go. It was going to happen, but I've also seen some people that were decent really turn into some pretty mad, bitter, and trollish people when it was all said and done. So just something to consider. Recently I made a fan video of one of my favorite music artists. They themselves shared it. I admit I make decent videos, but I need to do what you were saying. Thank you. I hope you appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not, I always answer as honest as I can. It's not always the lovey. There's too many lovey-dovey answers go on YouTube. Oh, just follow your heart and it will happen. Just make it, they will come. That's the worst advice you could give somebody. If you had a store and you want to make, I don't know, you're living in the middle of nowhere, but you're selling high-end fragrances. Do you think you have a chance to, it's got to be a realistic look at things. It can't always be the soft code answers. That's the worst thing. You're setting somebody up for absolute disaster that way. I think that's the most horrible. I think it's mean, because you're thinking more of yourself because you don't want to hurt someone. I don't want to hurt someone. It's just an honest answer. Just because we don't want people to feel bad doesn't mean they're not going to feel worse by giving them the wrong advice. And sometimes it's either got to change. People buck the system and I hear, well, YouTube ain't what it used to be. They don't care about us anymore. So what? They don't have to. This isn't kumbaya. The thing is, with anything else in life, either we choose to be on here or we don't. And if we do, we have to go along with what YouTube is looking for in their criteria, or suffer the consequences onto it. And with that said, you can do everything right, and your channel can still go nowhere. It does happen. There's no guarantees. There's no promises. You've heard me go on lately, and I've been saying time and time again about network streams promising to give you this if you pay so much to do it. I'm fucking irate about that stuff. I hate that. That is just no different than the days of standing on a soapbox as a snake oil salesman. It's an outright lie. Even YouTube can't guarantee you anything. And you could have a great channel and do everything right and still not get seen. Or get seen by the wrong people and they never come back. There's no promises. So that's what it entails to be on YouTube, is accepting the fact that you are not in control of very much, and is doing as many things as you can and hoping that something catches on, hoping that something sticks. But with that said, the more you work on your channel and do what YouTube is asking for by having a niche within a niche, the more you do your thumbnails, your playlists, your gearing towards all these things to get in front of people's eyes, at least you've stacked the cards in your favor the best you can. And if something comes along, you're ready for it. Because a big channel could show you tomorrow, but if your channel's not ready for it, it's going to do way more disaster. I know a channel with a little over 40,000 subscribers, and it's been like that for a long time, and its views are horrible because it was shouted out by some big ones, brought them way up, and didn't have the content to back it up, and then everybody was just, okay, I joined it because they told me to. I'm a sheep, and a lot of sheep, they went over and joined it as promised and never came back, or came back one more time. It's like, gone. So you better hope you have all your ducks in a row if that ever happens, because it can hurt you way more than help you, because the algorithm looks at it and says, all right, they had a big rush in there, people actually did come, it's not fake, and they didn't like it. So why would we recommend it to anybody else? If all those people feel that way about it, suivant next, and they go to the next channel, and that's it, that's all. So
oh, amazing, Andrew, as always. Thank you so much for a pep talk. Ravi Quinn says, I will revamp my channel, change it around completely. Thank you. I'm smiling inside and out. I will never give up. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. If you feel good inside that, let the world now see it through your YouTube channel.
Lots of amazing remarks here in the chat as well from everybody. Thank you so much. A lot of great conversation in the chat about what is YouTube, how hard it is, and patience. A lot of things that we need to learn, and we can help each other with that. That is amazing. Thank you so much for all your input. Now the last question of the day here is about the YouTube partnership program for Hedge Plays. Right now they are doing it a little bit longer because of everything going on. They have less manpower, but usually it takes around a week to 30 days to do that. Make sure that you don't have many hidden videos or live streams, and other than that, it should be pretty fast usually, but it could just take a little bit longer because of what's going on right now.
Ravi Quinn, I love what you said to Bacchus. I'm good at YouTube. I'm just needing to rethink it. Pusa, thanks again. Good on you for that, because a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to go change this tonight, I'm going to do this. That's, I love people's energy. I don't want everybody, you got it. Don't go and do it. Sit down and think about it, analyzing. So much of YouTube is actually analyzing and seeing what you got to do. Because if you keep making changes, your channel's like a ship going like this. It has no direction. So hats off to you. Pixelpia says, I think I am doing all the behind the scenes right. Still getting about 25 views, so I'm happy for those 25 views, and we'll keep going. One day will happen, and that's exactly it. You have a solid, that there's a lot to be said for having like a solid fan base that's following you, that you can always build onto, and I love that attitude, and only Pixelpia does it so eloquently like that all the time. That's a great thing. There's channels right now saying, oh my god, I wish I could get 25 views on each of my videos consistently, always be wanting to change things up and find where things go, but appreciating that fan base. You always have something to build onto, and it goes from there. I mean, folks, you've seen us lately. You've seen what's been going on with our channel. Today we got bought it. Tonight it's holding down the opposite. Yellow coins everywhere, and that, we can sit there and say we quit. And there's 2 to 9 that would be really, really happy if we said that tonight. But we ain't going nowhere. And yes, we're human. And yes, it gets us down. Sometimes it's like, what's the point? But the point is that will all pass. And we're not going anywhere. And we absolutely love what we do. We get tired tonight. I had a headache. Thank God for Xenia for coming up with the topic about Amazon, because I was out of commission. I do appreciate it.
Teamwork here. That's why there are 2 of us, and that's why it may be a little bit easier sometimes.
I got caught all in your hair. Sorry about that. Oh my God. Hey, Wake ERC, did I win? You sure
you
did.
beat another day.
That's right. You always win when you're in here, bud. How are you? Good to see you. It's very early for you.
Oh my. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Take a week if you need it, Rev. Whatever it takes to come back and have your channel on a true foot. Look, everybody out here, I'm talking to Revy right now, but everybody pay attention to this one. Folks, here is the golden answer. take time and look and see what's being asked on YouTube that's not being answered in what you do. That's what it's all about. Look and see what's being asked on YouTube that nobody is answering. And there is your start to what you got to do within your realm. Don't worry about, unless you truly want to change your, it's important to keep focus on what your channel's about. Find the niche within it that hasn't been answered yet and become the answer for that.
Thank you so much. Special shout out to Philip Cochran, as always. Thank you
Great
so much.
to see you, buddy. Philip has been with us from the very, very beginning, very first live stream and before that, back when we were doing our uploads and all that. Always great to see him. Fantastic guy with fantastic fellow Canadian. We got to give him extra props for that one as well. Make sure to check him out. Some great stuff, folks. Hedge Plays and Robert Wide here. We're here to support you anytime. Well, thank you so very much for that. You guys are absolutely awesome. We're lucky to have you guys, and we never take that for granted. I hope you know that. You guys are awesome. Really awesome. Well,
we're going to be back tomorrow, so ring that bell and especially follow us on Twitter so don't miss that time when we are popping up again and again during these times to bring some entertainment, hopefully a little bit of a smile and a little bit of a knowledge into your day. Thank you so much for being here and all the amazing questions. As always, our best and favorite night of the week here. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with us.
You guys take care. Be well. Joni's journey is at work. A nurse out on the front lines. Please be safe. Please take care of yourself. Tons of love to you. Tons of love to all of you. Have a great... Oh, Johnny, we're just on our way out, buddy. Oh, it's so good to see you, though. Hope you're doing well. And, folks, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. It really does help us a lot. And it's not too late to tweet it out. We're trying to fight the yellow coin. If we can get more eyes on this, that will really help. And once again, as always, if you have some friends you think would like what we do, please let them know. Tons of love to you, Nomad, Unbroken Live. And yeah, it was great seeing you. The MC Nemesis, all of you folks, have a great one. We'll see you very soon. I can't believe I forgot that horn on there.